The Toronto Maple Leafs are trying to finally get past the first round against the two-time defending Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. This is a series that I am super excited for, and I'll give you my series preview right now. Hey everybody, the 2 seed in the Atlantic, Toronto Maple Leafs are taking on the 3 seed Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round of this year's playoffs. And this is a series that I am super excited to see. 2 very good hockey teams going at it. Tampa, not as deep as they've been, but still have the star power. Toronto trying to finally take that next step and show that they can win in the playoffs as well, coming off an incredible regular season up in Toronto. This is just going to be such a fun series. They played fun games against each other this year. Even the last game, which was a total blowout, had so much animosity in it that is probably going to pick right up where it left off in game number 1 of this series. I just cannot tell you how excited I am that these 2 teams are playing against each other, and it should make for some awesome, awesome hockey. We're going to take a look at both of these teams here, preview the series, and let's get into it. Starting with the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are the higher seed. They went 54, 21, and 7 this year. 115 points, second in the Atlantic Division. And in the season series against the defending champs, they went 2-2-0 against the Lightning in the regular season. Absolutely phenomenal offense by the Toronto Maple Leafs, led by the leading goal scorer in the NHL, Auston Matthews. They scored 3.80 goals for per game, which was second best in the NHL. And in pretty much any other year, that would have been the best offense in the league. They just so happen that this year also has the Florida Panthers, who have scored the most goals since anybody in the league since 1996. So Toronto right up there as one of the elite offensive teams, scoring a ton of goals and just great all-around offense. Their star players produced, their depth guys produced. Everybody was putting the puck in the net for the Maple Leafs this year. They're not quite as good defensively, though. 3.07 goals against per game this season, giving up over 3 goals a game, 19th in the NHL. So between the goaltending and the overall team defense, if there's any bit of area of concern with the Maple Leafs, it's the possibility of them struggling at keeping the puck out of their net. That was really the one weakness with this team this year. And you can see that everything else they're great at, except for the goals against. And they did give up quite a few goals this season. So if there's anywhere you're going to beat the Maple Leafs, it's taking advantage of that right there, because everywhere else this team is phenomenal. Their special teams are phenomenal. 27.3% on the power play. First in the NHL, the best power play in the league this year. Better than Florida, better than Colorado, better than Calgary, Minnesota, any of the other high-scoring teams. The best power play, even Edmonton, the best power play belongs to the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Tampa Bay Lightning cannot afford to take penalties. They also have a very good penalty kill. While their overall goals against aren't great, their penalty kill was top 10 in the league this year, 82.1% on the PK. So that means the goals that they're giving up aren't coming when they're shorthanded, they're coming even strength. Overall, though, Toronto had a phenomenal year. I mean, 54 wins, 115 points. That wins your division more often than not, but the President's Trophy winning Panthers happened to also be in the Atlantic this year. But Toronto had an awesome year. They're an awesome hockey team. It's just about finally winning in the playoffs, getting over that hump, getting past that mental block of losing in the first round over and over and over again. Maybe this is the year that it happens. Maybe it isn't, but they certainly have a team capable of pulling it off. On the other side of things, we've got the Tampa Bay Lightning, who went 51, 23, and 8 on the year, 110 points. They finished third in the Atlantic Division. And in the season series against the Leafs this year, 2-1-1 against Toronto, so not a bad record there. This almost felt like a down year for Tampa Bay, and they literally had 110 points and 51 wins, and it felt like a down year kind of for Tampa Bay, which is weird to say with a record this good. But the Lightning, definitely not as deep as they've been roster-wise the past couple of years, but the core pieces, the big pieces, are all still there. Andrei Vasilevsky's their goaltender. They've got Victor Hedman and Ryan McDonagh anchoring the D-core. They've got Steven Stamkos coming off the best offensive season of his career. They've got Nikita Kucherov, Braden Point. I mean, the core, the meat of the lineup is still there. And it's going to be a tough team to play against, as they always are in the postseason. They're a very well-rounded team. You know, Toronto has the great offense, but then gave up a good number of goals this year. Tampa's top 10 at, offense and defense. They've got the 7th best goals for per game in the NHL this year at 3.48, and the 6th best goals against per game at 2.78. So they're top 10 at both offensively and defensively. Their power play is also very good, 8th best power play in the NHL, 23.9%. And 11th best penalty kill, just outside of the top 10, 80.6% on the PK. Very close to being top 10 at everything, but just outside on the PK. They cannot afford to take penalties. Like I said earlier, Toronto's first league best power play against the 11th best penalty kill is definitely advantage Toronto. But other than that, this is going to be a very hard fought, very even, very fun series. I think this is going to go to 7 games. And if there's anything that the Lightning can take advantage of with the Maple Leafs, it's the fact that the Leafs do give up goals and the Lightning have a top 10 offense. They're very, very good. And for Tampa Bay to win, they're also going to have to try and find a way to limit Toronto's offense, which is not going to be easy to do. Even with the 6th best overall goals against per game in the league, stopping the 2nd best offense in the NHL is not going to be an easy thing. So this, to me, is such a fun matchup. There's real animosity between the teams. They're division rivals. You've got Toronto, who has so much pressure on them to get out of the first round. There's such high expectations, and, everyone is just waiting for that team to take the next step and actually do something in the playoffs, which they haven't been able to do. And then on the other side, you've got the 2-time defending Cup champs, a team that has been perennially good for the last number of years. It's just going to be so much fun. I cannot wait for this series to begin, and I hope you guys are excited for it as well. So overall, we've got the Leafs and Lightning in a series that should be absolutely awesome from start to finish. We're going to find out, is this finally the year where the Leafs can get it done in the playoffs and advance past round 1 for the first time since 2004? Or are the defending champion Lightning going to pick up where they left off in the playoffs last year, get the job done, and keep that Leaf streak rolling? Oh, man, this is going to be such a good series. And then you've got the animosity and the rivalry in the division between them as well. And I say rivalry, it's not even like the Lightning and Leafs are historic rivals or huge rivals the same way like, the Bruins and Leafs are, or like the Flames and Oilers are, or anything like that. But just the way that the last game between these two in the regular season were played, it felt like a rivalry game. It felt like they hated each other, and that was in the regular season. Now we're going to take the intensity level and turn it up to 11. We're going to take the importance, the urgency, the aggression, and turn all of it up to 11. Imagine what these games are going to be like. This is going to be such a fun series, and I'm just super excited for it and can't wait to see how it turns out. So that is my series preview for the Lightning and Maple Leafs. This should certainly be a fun one. Thank you guys so much for watching. And with that, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our merchandise store, memberships, and donations are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon.